Today's guest is no stranger to the oil patch. Today I have with me Mr. Malone Mitchell, Chairman and CEO of TransAtlantic Petroleum. Over the last few years, TransAtlantic has implemented the strategy of taking North American oil and gas services to countries overseas that offer significant proven reserve potential. The company's current focus is Turkey, where the current domestic market for natural gas almost completely relies on foreign imports for energy. Can you talk about, or please provide us with a brief progress on sort of your efforts going on over in Turkey?
Sure. I think since the last year when we were here, we've really made a lot of success in proving up the resource play in the Thrace Basin. We're in the process now of drilling the fourth of 4 deeper wells, and by the third quarter this year, we'll start drilling about 20 wells a quarter to develop what we believe can be up to 700 wells just in our Tuckerdog area, targeting the Mazzardi Sands. It's a development very much like the Green River, the Piceance, the Uinta in the United States. So we're very pleased. The economics are very good, look like less than 6-month payout on wells, and a very large program. We expect to add quite a bit of reserves by the end of the year associated with that play.
With the Thrace Basin, you're targeting natural gas. Are there other projects in Turkey that are oil weighted that you're looking at?
We're targeting that in the southeastern part of the country. We've, since the first of the year, have had good success on our Cretaceous production there. And we're just completing our second well. We're just finished drilling our second well, targeting the Dottish Shale. We think that that play potentially can be large. Still very early in the play, but we like the rock. We have 2 larger exploration impact type plays that are more conventional, one going on near the Syrian border and one going on more inland in Turkey. So those are obviously more speculative, they're higher risk, and it'll probably be after near the first of the year before we understand the results of those.
Sure. Some things have changed in 2011 for the transatlantic story. You initially brought your rigs and services over to Turkey, but have ultimately decided to sell those. Can you walk us through the process and reasoning behind?
Well, one of the things that the company had wanted to do was, our primary goal was to transfer both technology and North American pricing standards, because we're really focused on resource plays. We felt like we did that, but there was really no opportunity within our current corporate structure to grow the service company much beyond the proof of concept state. So since the end of 2010, we've been very static in the size of our fleet. This allowed us to split the balance sheets of the 2 companies. The service company is going to grow to accommodate more growth, both from TransAtlantic and other customers, and it allows TransAtlantic to really focus on growing as an oil company. We completed that yesterday, and it results in our company now being essentially net debt free, which is a fantastic position to sit in.
So you and your partners were actually the high bidders for
We did. We outbid about 400 other companies.
Wow. So what is that? So how does this help TransAtlantic that you were the high bidders?
Well, I think there's obviously a win-win. I'm interested in seeing both companies win. We'd like to say that I think the service company is the sword that we'll win the war with. From our standpoint, I had confidence in the bids because I understood what we believe the future of these plays were going to be. We're really focused on unconventional, and it will allow, again, the company to be able to dedicate its capital and dedicate its overhead to just being an E&P company. And the service company likewise can focus on just being a service company, and that really, I think, sets both companies up to be able to grow dramatically.
Right. And sort of taking a step back, is one question that I always have is what attracted you to Turkey? You know, what sort of upside lied or is in Turkey that really made you think, here's where we need to go?
Well, there are really 2 factors that are necessary. Again, we're focused primarily on resource plays. And to be successful there, it's a combination of, you have to be in the place with the right rocks, and you also have to be in the right governmental atmosphere. You know, there are other countries that have fabulous petroleum systems, but as we see in Bulgaria or France or some other countries, the ability to actually execute development on those resource plays given governmental constraints is extremely challenging. Turkey is a country that is a massive importer of energy. They're very free market oriented, and they're very encouraging with regard to the development of those resource plays. So from our standpoint, Turkey is actually the best of the combination of rocks and government.
So, are there large companies moving into Turkey? What other
Yes.
are there other public companies in Turkey? Sort of what's that position going on there?
Well, obviously, publicly, we did a joint venture with Shell. Shell has now moved into the Dottish region in southeast, immediately adjacent to our acreage, and formed a JV with the TPAO, the state oil company. TPAO has announced that Exxon has formed JVs both in the Thrace Basin, which we dominate the majority of that basin. The other acreage is generally held by TPAO, and that they're also forming a JV in the southeast in the Dottish. So we know of other significant oil companies that are coming in looking to get into those two plays. Fortunately, our acreage is in a good position, and we hold it in a manner. And our challenge now is to have the capital and to basically accelerate our development in those plays. Now, in the Tekkadog area, we've really de-risked that and we're ready to go. The other areas are at a little bit longer status to being actually on a ready-to-go basis.
All right. Well, that's great. I really appreciate
Sure.
you taking the time to come and give us an update. It looks like 2012 is going to be shaping up to be pretty exciting for you guys.
It's a transformational year for us. It really is.
Well, good luck and thanks again, Malone.
Thank you.